So far, I've made 8 videos about some incredibly hype and engaging sets that constitute the early history of PM 3.6. And today we're going to talk about what's pretty much the complete opposite of all of those sets. This is Malachi vs DVD at Blacklisted 2. Blacklisted 2 is an East Coast regional that's hosted about a month after Supernova. Malachi is the first seed, but he loses twice early in bracket. First in pools to Vortex, in a weird 3-game set that features a Fox Ditto in Game 2, and then to Kais, Connecticut's number 2 player, in Winners Round 2, setting him to losers before the top 32 has even begun. Malachi then proceeds to make a monster losers run through Comb, Mr. Watch and Learn, Fresh, Frozen, Bacon Pancakes, Envy, Dark, and Gallo to reach Grand Finals, where he's now facing off against DVD, in what is potentially the most important and least exciting set of PM's competitive history. And I say that with no disrespect to either of these players. The reason that this set is so important is in part because of the fact that it is considered so boring both at the time and in hindsight. Malachi and DVD are both from New York, New Jersey. They've played each other several times at various locals, and the outcome at all of those locals is pretty much a foregone conclusion. Even though DVD is a great player who has made his way to winner's side of Grand Finals with relative ease, he has never beaten Malachi in bracket. And today is no exception. Malachi's clean movement allows him to stay smotheringly close to DVD, preventing him from setting up with projectiles and edge guarding him to death anytime he leaves the stage. And the first set is a dominant 3-0. There are times where DVD's keeping it close, and it even seems like he might win a game. But every time, Malachi claws it back. And before we know it, we're in set 2. The crowd, the commentators, and even the players are not taking the set as seriously as you would expect from a major the size of Blacklisted. The commentators are joking around, and the most excited anyone gets is when on Game 5, DVD attempts a Nest counterpick, a character that I've never seen him pull out in bracket before or since Blacklisted.
Oh my god, wait, what? DVD, what this? This could be hype. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, how's this gonna go?
It doesn't go any better, and he switches back to Toon Link for Game 6. But it doesn't matter. Malachi completes a brutally efficient 6-0 over a player that he has played several times before and will play numerous times after, and it's just another day in the office. Despite the fact that a month ago he had never even top 8 at a significant event, Malachi winning what would be one of the biggest East Coast events of the year is something that's not even exciting enough for most of the players in the venue to bother watching or taking seriously. And that by itself makes this set worth talking about. For some players, like Thunders and Lunchables, every set of theirs is a spectacle. It's hype, it's exciting, and it feels as if they're fighting for every stock they take, and as if every win is an upset. And Malachi's the complete opposite. He has quietly risen to the top of one of the strongest regions in the world in an incredibly short amount of time, and he has done it in such a dominant fashion that every single one of these outcomes is expected. He is so relentlessly competent at every aspect of playing Cheek and Peach, 2 characters that again have been incredibly well explored over both PM and Melee, that if anything, it feels like an upset when he does lose, rather than when he wins. Malachi is the antithesis of these players like Thunders and Lunchables, because everyone is expecting him to win even when the precedent says that it would be a shock for him to do so. If you were to ask most people what the most important or hype sets in PM's history are, they probably won't list the ones that Malachi wins, either in 2016 or afterwards, because they are usually sets where it looks as if he is the better player and he should be winning, and that's just what happens. But that doesn't make it any less impressive. As we continue to talk about the narratives that have developed throughout PM's history, Malachi has often served as the counterpoint to various players as they have risen and fallen throughout the years, because he is this relentlessly consistent force against which everyone else can be compared. It's difficult to pick out these individual moments that define his early career, but I've chosen this one because I think it exemplifies the role that he came to play throughout the early competitive 3.6 meta. From Blacklisted 2 onward, Malachi is Without question, one of the best players on the East Coast, and in contention for the best in the entire world. There is no fanfare, there is no reevaluation of how good his characters may or may not be. It's just a fact. Malachi is now one of the Titans of PM.